welcome back to Drinking by My Shelf. My name is Emma and today I'm going to be giving you a long-awaited update on the Girl Sex 101 book club. If you haven't been following along with these videos so far, basically the Girl Sex 101 book club is a book club that I set up along with Emma from Emma Tobias because we decided that we wanted to read more young adult books with positive and empowering representations of female sexuality. Our most recent book club pick was How to Build a Girl by Caitlin Moran, but we ended up reading this one for several months. It dragged on a lot longer than we meant it to, and a lot of that was my fault. When we started reading that book, I was in the middle of finishing up my dissertation for my Women's Studies Masters, which I have now finished, and I also had decided to listen to it as an audiobook instead of reading the physical version, and I'm pretty new to audiobooks. I've been having some great experiences a few months ago, but this one just didn't really work for me, so it took me a long time to get into the book. So that's why this video is so late. I really slowed us down with taking ages to get into it, but we did eventually finish it, and I've made some notes here on what I thought about it. Overall, I would say that I only gave it about a 3 out of 5. There were parts of the book that I found really engaging and really powerful, but there were other parts that just totally failed to get my interest. The first pretty much half of the book is the main character Joanna and her family, and their relationship is very funny. There were lots of very humorous moments, but for some reason I just wasn't interested in their family dynamic. I think the problem with the humour in this section is that she's supposed to be quite a young teenager, and yet the voice felt very adult. I thought it was fantastic that the book included some very graphic and upfront descriptions of the teenage protagonist masturbating, but the humour in those sections felt like Caitlin Moran retrospectively making jokes about it, which of course is what it was, but I wanted it to feel like a real teenage experience. I think that's pretty much the problem that I couldn't quite put my finger on while I was reading it, of why I wasn't falling in love with it. But about halfway through, Joanna starts to explore her own writing career, and this is where, for me, I felt the book really took off. From this point onwards, I thought was the perfect combination of funny and sad. Joanna has a range of sexual experiences, and I thought that Caitlin Moran did a really good job of showing her genuine female sexual desire, but also balancing that with the pressures that girls do face, and the way that girls are conditioned to objectify themselves through the male gaze. I thought she got that balance perfectly in talking about it, but it still suffered from the same problem of the voice being too adult. I thought it was kind of a cop-out when the narrator would say things like, 10 years from now I will realise, and then explain a bit of feminist theory. That's just Caitlin Moran telling us about the feminist theory that she knows, which is great, but the purpose of having a young adult novel is that it really is supposed to feel like a teenage experience, not an adult explaining a teenager's experience to them. So, in terms of our book club mission, was this an interesting and positive representation of female sexuality? Yes. There was a lot going on here, there was a lot to explore and unpack, and it did feel very real and honest, and it did feel relatable. I just don't think the voice was quite right, and that's where it just fell a little bit flat for me, so it wouldn't go above a 3 out of 5. But on a different note, there was a really good, profound speech about class divides and class struggles, which I highlighted basically the whole page and a half on my Kindle to save, because I thought it was so powerful. So I would say that that's actually where the book's strengths lie, is in showing class struggles. So those are my thoughts on How to Build a Girl. A little bit lukewarm, but do leave me a comment if you like this book, because I've heard a lot of really great things about it, and I'd love to know what it is that's speaking to some other people, because we're all different, we're all going to read books a bit differently. But now I have an exciting announcement about what's next for Girl Sex 101 Book Club, and that is that we have a brand new member. Starting from next month, Joss from Scribbles Reads is going to be joining our book club, and I'm so excited to be reading alongside her. And of course, we would all love to have any of you reading along with us as well. So if you want to know what the book we're going to read is, I have linked in the description box below Emma and Joss's channels. So go over to their channels and hit subscribe and keep an eye out for their announcement of what book we're going to be reading all together next month. And that's it from me for today, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit that subscribe button for new videos every week. See you next time!